So you need the Unity project. Really, it's the Tessellation project, but it incorporates unity in there, unity of shape. But you can also, when you color it, create unity of color and different things like that. So it's all about creating unity in your composition. So it's pretty complicated. You're going to have to pay attention, and we're going to point the camera down. I'm going to show you all the steps, okay? There's quite a few steps to make this come out if you're going to create your own. The easy way is to trace a template that's already done, but in this case you're going to create your own template, and then you'll trace that over and over. They'll interlock all around the paper. I have some here I can show you. See these geckos? Cool, they interlock all around. You can create a color theme. So let's get right to it and I'll show you. So here's an example of one that some elephants. So we used a template like this. It's a plastic thing, right? And they fit right on here, just like that. And then they interlock with each other. All right, go the other way. Pretty cool. So you are going to learn how to make one of these, except it may not be so cool as a known shape. That takes a little more effort. What you're going to create is something more like this. That came from a triangle, and that's the starting shape we're going to do. First, you need an equilateral triangle, which means the length of each side is the same and the angle inside is the same. So how can we do that? So I'm going to guesstimate about there. All right, it's going to be somewhere on this spectrum here. And then here, if you have a compass, this is a lot easier. Make sure you get to your line there. Right where that crosses the line. Should be right there. Double check. Right on. Okay. So we make our triangle with three sides that are 4 inches. So you don't want to get much smaller than 4 inches, because then it's really hard to cut this stuff out on these details. It's too small. So we'll call this side A, side B, side C. Side A, step 1. From here to here, you're going to make a new line, a crazy line. Okay? So avoid just going zigzag. That's kind of boring. Do something a little more interesting that's might create some kind of interesting shape. So let's go like this. I don't know. I'm thinking of the legs of an animal, but probably is not going to work. As I get closer to the corners, I want to keep it under control. I can't go big out here, because this is going to be retraced, cut out, and put over here and traced. And if this is crazy big, it's going to come over here and cut it right off. So it can't be too crazy. I can't have some long thing coming out here, because then when I put it over here, it's going to come out over here, and it's going to cut the whole triangle in half. Alright, so then we need to cut this in half. What we'll do is cut this out. So let's do it as fast as we can. Alright, there's our corner. Oh gosh. Maybe I needed something a little more simple for my example. Cut out side A. there. And let's cut this straight off here. Okay? So now, take side A, spin it over to side B. Line it up there, the line should go right through. Your dot should be lined up with your dot there and there. Ta-da! Now you trace it. And of course, now the two sides will be identical and they'll interlock. So those two sides will be taken care of. The question will be, what do we do with the third side? Okay, so we'll do the third side before we cut anything out. Okay, and there's our corner there. That work? Cool. So there it is. So now we know that this side will fit into this side. Not like this, but once it's cut out. Okay? So before we cut this all out, we're going to do the side C, which is different altogether. I do get students trying to put this down here. That's not what you do. You have to measure this again here, 10. Well, half at 10, 5. So cut it in half. Okay? Right there. Then you need to make a shape here that stops here. We're going to cut this off. We're going to spin it around and trace it on this side. So something interesting. Let's go. Like that. So now we need to cut that out in order to trace it over, spin it around and trace it over here. Okay, I don't need that anymore. Okay, I should have left that on there. So this was here on side B, C, on side C, and we're going to spin it like that. Look at that, boom. There. Seems like we have a little extra line there. Maybe I didn't get it quite perfect, but should be okay. Trace it out over here. Okay, so this just came from here and went over here. I could say it was there and went over to there. So now this side will fit in here and the cutout of that will fit over here. Let's cut it all out. That's going to have to smooth all together. So this is going to be a little more accurate. That. Get this one out. So I don't know that I'll time lapse this, but if I don't, it kind of just shows how long it takes to do a project. That's why I don't like to time lapse my work. So you see that it's not done in 2 minutes. Now we could have taken the time, if you have it, to think about seeing how this works now to create a shape that's going to be something more recognizable, like that elephant, like, you know, an animal, like the examples you saw there already at the beginning of the video. Ta-da! But if you just want to make an interesting shape, we're going to try to find some kind of interesting shape later in this when we put it together. So all this paper becomes garbage. Take a piece of stiffer paper. Alright, now you take a piece of cardstock, something a little thicker, because you're going to trace this over and over and over, as you saw the interlinking shapes. You don't want it to get destroyed. But I don't have many of these, so we're going to test it on just a piece of art paper. Okay, so let's lay it down here. And we'll trace it all out, and we'll see if it fits. So let's do it here. Then we can practice. So if this was our cardstock, we would start in the middle of our page and start tracing it out. This is soft. It's scratch paper. That's why you want the cardstock. Don't let it move. If I spin it. Okay, back to where we started. So there it is, boom. We would cut that out and we would use it. And then we would put it on a paper like this again, and we'll see if we can make it all fit together. Which side fits here? Look at that. That goes here. And you would draw around those. Alright, come over here. What's this one? This one fits right in there. Isn't that cool? Should we do one? Do some? Go quickly here. And it's nice, after the first one you don't have to go all the way around anymore. It just stops there. Alright. Ta-da! Where's the one that fits here? No, right there. Let's go into this corner here. Okay. So I'm trying to go fast here. Go right off the page. So as you go out, it might get further and further off and less accurate. So that's why you want to start in the middle of the page and go out. So the problems are out on the edge as they go off the page. And you'll be using bigger paper, hopefully. So once you've got the page covered, or on the very first one, you want to think about, what can this be? What is this shape? What are some inline lines? What's going to dictate what the colors are, what it looks like? Is this a ghost? And these are his arms. Is he like this? Got some inside lines. Ooh. Alright. You can make some inside lines and stuff. So it would repeat here. So you'd be doing the same thing everywhere. Or is this something else? What else can we find in it? Let me go this way. I like those feet. A mermaid. Here's the bod. Here's her hair. Right. Maybe her arms. Something here. Scales. Alright, so then you turn it into something. Pen it, colored pencil it. Or just colored pencil. Yeah, they just colored pencil over there. It's pushing harder on the colored pencil. Alright? Yeah, we don't pen any of these. Just push hard on the edges with the colored pencil and then color it up. Any kind of cool color scheme, bright colors, monochromatic. Think about all those things. Alright, that's how you do it. Enjoy.